Recently, I've been on a grind to finish off platinum trophies that I have started at some point. Today, I finished Powerwash Simulator, a nice relaxing game where you clean off only God knows what from various locations. I thought this would be a nice break from all the grinding I've been putting in some to come videos, and boy oh boy, was I wrong. Although this game's mechanic of washing various things is relaxing, it is not for the weak. Some of these missions took hours, and that's with some of you guys, my Twitch followers, joining to help me. Regardless, this game has 41 trophies, including the platinum, and this guide has 3 stages, but we combined 2 of them, so it really only took 2 stages. We start off with this van that looks like it drove headfirst into a mud wall. Like, seriously, does this person live in mud or something? Oh wait, it's our van that we travel in? I feel like the power wash people wouldn't let their van get this dirty, but hey, what do I know? We also recruit some help for the first few missions. Shout out to my homie who's missing a chromie, Fig. And before I even start to clean this musty, dusty, crusty van, I changed my outfit, which gave us the first trophy in the game. Then my coworker and I get to cleaning the van professionally, and once we get it done, we get a trophy for getting 5 stars in career mode. We also got another trophy for doing the mission only using the red nozzle. Most of these missions have specific trophies tied to them. I decided to go for them while doing the first playthrough to save some time and give me some sort of sanity while playing these missions, because as the game went on, the missions also got longer, and it felt like there was no end in sight. For example, the very next mission is this backyard, and either a Diddy party happened, or this person just doesn't like to clean. Like anything. Look at this little swing. You know some freaky stuff happened over here. Hey, yo! But before we could do anything on this level, we first had to clean off all the stepping stones here because that got us this trophy. After about an hour of being professionals and cleaning this backyard, we finally sprayed off all of the rotten baby oil off of everything to complete the job. The next job was this dirt bike, and this job probably makes the most sense out of any job that we will do in this game. I also will say that the vehicle jobs were the best. Super short, gave good money, and made it feel like you actually made progress in the game. Once we got that job done, it was on to the playground. Dear God, kids are nasty. Like, come on, man. What did this? What the fuck? Before I get into cleaning this mess, I decided to purchase some upgrades for my power washer, which got us a trophy. Then it was back to cleaning this playground in a kid-friendly manner. I promise we are not kids ourselves. This is the only fun we had since the missions took well over an hour to complete. Next, we did another vehicle job, which was this golf cart. This only took about 2 to 3 minutes to complete, a new world record for me personally. Next was this dirty bungalow, and I'm not sure why I'm surprised this is so dirty. I mean, there are people that actually live like this in the world. Could it be me because I'm squeaky clean? Anyways, we cleaned everything but the gutters because there's a trophy to clean the gutters last. Honestly, some of these side mission trophies are kind of hard, but not too terribly hard. As long as you're not spraying all over the place and avoid the gutters, you'll be just fine. So ending the level, we finished the gutters and the mission, getting this trophy. Right after the job, I used my hard-earned earnings on some upgrades for my upgraded power washer, which also gave us another trophy. Our next job we have was this detached house. Not sure why it's called that. Looks pretty attached to me. The first thing we cleaned were the driveway edges, driveway, and pathway for a trophy. I then decided to clean half of the house because it was getting pretty late for me. I know it seems like we haven't done a lot, but so far this has been about 4 hours of my time wasted washing houses and random vehicles. If anything this game has taught me, I am not cut out to be a professional power washer, but I already started this game, so there was no going back. Just under 2 months later, I make my triumphant return to this game. You can tell how much time has passed because at the start of this video, I had more hair, if you consider that hair, and now I'm practically bald. Anyways, we load up this job, and I can safely say that after 2 months of cleaning only half the house, it's still pretty clean. Thank God I didn't have to redo all of that. I then hired out a new worker, Fig's fiance, because she has an ungodly amount of hours in this game and was determined to help me finish this game. We love that. Also, who says women can't work? Out of everyone who joined to help, she was probably the most efficient one here. Take that, gender norms. It's 2025. Let's get with the times, okay? Anyways, we finish that job and move on to the next one where we shrunk down to ant size and cleaned this singular Timberland boot. We made quick work of this job. Really quick, I know it seems repetitive that I'm showing the beginning and end of a job. Do keep in mind, all I'm doing is power washing various things. Most of the time, I'm blasting my music, just jamming out while doing this. Sure, some of the commentary is funny here and there with the people who joined in chat, but that would take way too long to clip out. So if you wanted to hear any of that or even join the game when I'm grinding trophies, make sure you guys are following my Twitch. Now that I've shamelessly plugged the Twitch channel, we can move on. For now, we cleaned up everything except for the sole of the shoe. If you guessed it was for a trophy, you'd be right. So we cleaned up the sole and got the trophy to pop. Next, we did this old-timey car, which only took a few minutes to do. Then it was on to the fire station job. The reason I say it like that is, see this tower that I'm walking towards? I have to clean this tower from top to bottom without using any scaffolding whatsoever. This seems easy until you realize you have to clean the outside walls and somehow get on top of that roof. It's not impossible, but it's just super inconvenient. But the fact that it took 2 hours to complete was just mind-numbing. However, it was rewarding not getting 1, but 2 trophies for completing this mission. Next job was the fire truck, which I'm not sure why that's a whole new job when we just did the fire station that we're still at. Great job, Future Lab. Really simulating the game to real life standards. Anyways, we cleaned the windscreen, windows, and wing mirrors first to get this mission specific trophy. About 45 minutes later, we end up finishing this job, probably one of the harder vehicle missions because metal was involved and some spots on the valves were just hard to get. Next was the RV job that I wasn't even here for half the mission. Shout out to my worker. Hey, yo, wait a minute. Anyways, after docking my employees' pay, we finished out this job. We then had my grandpa Miller drop off his race car to get cleaned. Unc must have thought I would give him a family discount or something. Clearly, he doesn't know I'm a money-hungry whore. Anyways, we finished washing his car and I sent him my overcharge bill for my services. I then hopped off stream and got back on the next day to work on this game some more. I went back onto the playground mission to knock out its specific trophy. I had to push this soccer ball. Yes, it's a soccer ball because I'm American. Anyways, I had to push this ball up the slide. I had to do some more jobs to get this upgrade, hence why I didn't get it earlier in the video. But after spraying it hard enough to go up the slide, we get the trophy to pop. I then went back to career mode, moving on to the next job, the skate park, where I also had to push the soccer ball out of the bowl. My coworkers didn't want to join to help me, something about me not paying them enough or something like that, I'm not entirely sure. But I had to do this mission on my own, and the difference in time between 2 people and 1 person is insane. It took about 2.5 hours to do this mission, and my god, my brain was mush at this point. Anyways, we would end up finishing this job and move on to a smaller job, this Indiana Jones looking bike. Doing this in career mode was a cakewalk, but my god, later in the video, this job becomes a struggle. Anyways, we get it done and move on to another vehicle mission, the fire helicopter. Our first thing to clean are the blades. Once we do that, we get ourselves another trophy. And at some point, one of my employees returned to work and helped us finish out the mission. And before logging off for the day, I bought this attachment for the Prime Vista 3000, giving us that trophy. Next time we play the game on stream, we had to clean this cottage in the forest. Nothing crazy happened on this level, so I figured this would be a perfect time to talk about this video's sponsor, Heroes of History. The Heroes of History are ready for your command. Forge your city through time, from the Stone Age to the future in this strategic city builder. Start a legendary journey through this history and ancient culture as you collect powerful heroes from each era like Leonardo da Vinci and Medusa. Engage in thrilling PvE combat or challenge your friends in PvP. Check out the description below for the link to download this game on Apple devices and or Android devices. Thank you so much to Heroes of History and Stream Elements for sponsoring me. Now let's get back to the trophy grind. We finish cleaning off this cottage and move on to cleaning out your mom's SUV. Sorry kiddo, the car's dirty because of what we did last night while you were sleeping.
What did he say?
Once we got that job done, we moved on to cleaning this old-timey bicycle where I obtained the hardest trophy in the game, standing on the bike for 10 seconds. And after giving the bike a good spray down, the mayor would then ask me to clean off her mansion because, uh-oh, it's been vandalized. Typical liberal activity, if you ask me. Once we finished the job, we got a trophy for getting 100 total career mode stars. Then it was on to the carousel mission. Our challenge for this job was to finish the job without turning off the carousel. Even though it was a silver trophy, it really wasn't that hard. At one point, I kind of just stood there and let the carousel do the work for me, which was a nice brain break for my mushy brain. Anyways, it would be a little under an hour before we finished the job and get the trophy for never turning off the carousel. In all fairness, I didn't even know how to turn the damn thing off. Next was the drill that looks like a toy I know your mom keeps in her bedside drawer.
Stop it. Get some help.
Speaking of your mom, we need to clean the head and tip first in this mission. Luckily, she's shown me what that looks like, so we get this trophy pretty easily. We finished the job and moved on to the treehouse job. At first glance, this was going to be a nightmare. Realizing it was multiple levels and the underneath needed to be cleaned was going to take a while. But before getting to that monstrosity, I cleaned up all of the lanterns. Most of them lived up at the actual house portion, and once I cleaned the last one, the trophy popped. About 2.5 hours later, my employee quit mid-job and left me to do the rest. God, it's so hard to find good help these days. Next was the Gnome Temple where Keemstar must live, or where the few people that still support him worship him. At the top of the building is Keemstar himself, where there's a trophy for making sure he's on the roof when the job completes. I decided to just clean the roof first so I didn't have to worry about it later. I wouldn't finish the job until the next day, but once I did, the trophy popped. The next job was probably the most lore-accurate job in the game, the New York public bathrooms. My god, these New Yorkers are just nasty. Shout out to any New Yorker watching. Maybe next time don't shit all over the room. Speaking of shit, we saved the toilets, toilet seats, and toilet lids for last. I almost didn't want to finish this mission at all because I could smell the stench coming from my monitor. Or maybe that's just me. I'm not sure. Anyways, we did those last, completed the job, and got a trophy for it. After that, we head back to the carnival where it's time to clean the Helter Skelter. But before we clean anything on this ride, we have to clean any object that has light bulbs on it. So the front sign here and every panel around the ride itself. Once we clean every bulb, we get the trophy. Also, shout out to my boy Plo for being my third henchman to join and do most of the work for me. Seriously, without my followers' help, I'd still be mindlessly power washing the fire station. Anyway, soon enough, we get this job done. Next, we move on to my private jet, where my Twitch sub daddy Jinx decided to help me clean it. Classic. He paid for it, and now he's cleaning it. Capitalism at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. We first focused on cleaning the laser and anti-gravity parts first. Don't ask me why those are on my jet. Let's just show the trophy and move on. FBI, please don't come after me. Anyways, we got the trophy and finished cleaning my flying jet. The next stream we started with this boat that I'm assuming the mayor used my tax dollars on to buy. Gotta love the tax system here in America. We finished up this quick job and moved on to the next, which was the monster truck, where we first focused on the tires. Now, if you guessed it's for a trophy, you'd be right again. Now, it wasn't the easiest trophy to get, mainly because these tires were massive and had a bunch of crevices, but we also had to be careful not to clean any part connected to the tire. After about 15 minutes or so, we got the trophy to pop. Soon after, we would finish this job. The next job was honestly one of my least favorite jobs in the game. We head back to the state fair to wash the Ferris wheel. Compared to other jobs, this one looks easy. However, this one just got harder the higher up you went and honestly killed the mood for me in this game. The only fun part of this level was the trophy, which is to ride the Ferris wheel with a gnome. So I grabbed my coworker and my gnomie from another homie and rode the Ferris wheel. And now we wait.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
There we go. After that, I spent the next 2-ish hours cleaning the wheel until the mission was done, which also popped another trophy for earning 150 stars in career mode. The next job was in the New York subway system, because I mean, come on, look at this place. Name one other subway system that looks this bad. And as quickly as I could, I cleaned off all the advertising boards for that trophy and then got to grinding. And I know I just complained about the last mission for taking forever, but my goodness, this one was way worse. So much so I had to pick it back up the next day to finish it. Next was a smaller mission for a change. Anyways, we knocked this job out pretty quick and moved on to the ancient statue job. This mission's trophy was an easy one as well. Knock over 4 buckets. We gotta knock it down, dude. No, stop, there you go. Another pretty easy job as well. Before moving on to the next mission, I ended up buying the best power washer and 6 attachments for a trophy. I then took my new Poseidon Trident attachment and started to clean off the stunt plane. After about 30 minutes, my coworker and I were able to get that done. Next was the Ancient Monument job, which is just a giant hand. Kind of like the one from Super Smash Bros. That smashed me harder than I smashed your mom last night. In this mission, we went for one of the hardest trophies in the game, which was to clean 95% of any job without completing a single task. We also paired that up with a job-specific trophy, Delicate Excavation. Luckily, this would actually help because this was one of the weakest attachments you could use. So we got everything down to just barely dirty and towards the end. I had my coworker do most of the cleaning on their own. 1, because I'm the boss, and 2, I didn't want it to be my fault if I messed up. May have also said something about increasing their pay, but honestly, that doesn't sound like something I would say. Good news though, he did get the task done and got me the trophy. And once we finished the mission, we got another trophy for using that attachment I said for this mission. Next was the fishing boat that clearly hasn't been in the water in ages. How do I know that? Well, because then it'd be in the water and it would be clean. I mean, come on guys, use your brains. We decided to wash the bow, steps, and main deck all for a trophy. I then decided to hop off stream and just finish off the rest of the job on my own while having a late night combo with the boys. Truly the only thing that got me through the rest of this trophy run. Next up, I get absolutely baited by this RV and turns into a dirty spaceship. Okay, aliens, really funny getting the humans to do your work for you. I guess I'll do it as long as you don't probe my asshole.
What did he say?
I finished washing their ship, and before I could even get paid, they left. And now I see why we need borders in our country. Before starting the next mission, I returned to the fairgrounds to knock down these coconuts for an easy trophy. Next and final mission of the career mode was this temple looking place. And somehow before stream, I got the soap connoisseur trophy, which I tried getting on stream before, but it just didn't work. Of course it wants to pop off streams, so I just needed to mention that. Anyways, this place wasn't the hardest job. If anything, it was just tedious, and to be honest, for the most part, I had my followers work on it while I was AFK off stream. Shout out to my loyal minions. Checks for your work will not be coming in the mail. Anyways, once we finally cleaned this place, we got the trophy for finishing career mode. Now we move on to stage 3 of the Platinum Trophy, the bonus missions and challenge mode. And honestly, I was worried about this part because I heard the challenges can be miserable. So I started off with the bonus mission and picked the fastest one, the Mars rover. I had all the boys join me one final time to help me quickly finish this mission and get me the trophy. Now we move on to challenge mode, where my last 2 trophies can be achieved. Challenge mode has 2 different sets of challenges, time trials and water usage. stage. In order to get the trophies, you need to finish within the gold medal time limit, or the fastest challenge time. I also only did vehicles for this because they were the fastest and easiest ones to do. The first one I did was the dirt bike. This one took me about 3 tries to do because there were certain crevices I was just missing, and as you can see by the time left, I was really coming down to the wire. Either way, we get one done and get a trophy for it. I then did the time trial challenge for the van, the golf cart, and the motorcycle with a sidecar. Then the only water usage challenge I did was for the dirt bike. Since I had already done it before, I knew where all the hard parts were and focused those. This one was pretty simple to complete, and once I did, I got the trophy for 5 challenges with gold medals and the platinum trophy. And that was the platinum trophy for Powerwash Simulator. I know the second one is coming out soon. I do plan on platinuming it, so if you enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like and subscribe for Powerwash Simulator 2. Also, if this video hits 100 likes, I'll go and do all of the DLC trophies. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next platinum trophy adventure.